Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Today we are going to be doing a twisty flow. This is going to be suitable for all levels, so there's going to be lots of different options throughout. There will be some more challenging elements to the flow, so it's really about listening to your body and what you need today, and knowing that this is an all levels practice because there are going to be options for all levels, but taking what feels right to you as always. So we're going to come into a child's pose to start the practice. Sitting the hips down towards the heels and melting your forehead and your heart down towards the mat. Closing the eyes or taking a gaze to the ground. Relaxing the body, relaxing the muscles. Breathing into the back of the body, the sides. And start to walk your hands over to the right side, finding that stretch through the left side of the body as it opens up. Breathing here. Walk the hands over to the left side. Right side of the body stretching open. Bring the hands back to center. Inhale, lift the hips away from the heels, back to all fours. Coming into some cat and cow. Inhale, open the heart. Take the gaze out in front. Exhale, drop the head round the spine, draw the belly button in. Press the hands into the mat. Inhale, lift the gaze, open across the chest, shine that heart forwards. Exhale, round the spine, draw the belly in. And one more, inhale, lift the gaze, open across the chest. And exhale, drop the head round the spine. Inhale, come back to a neutral. Right hand, thread that left arm underneath, come in to thread the needle, so left side of the head's coming down to the mat. If this feels too intense, especially for the head and the neck, what you're going to do is you're going to sit the hips a little bit lower like it's a child's pose, and see if you can maybe find the twist instead here. Or you're going to take a block and pop that under your head, okay? And then you're going to reach that arm back. If the block's too hard, I recommend a cushion or a stack of blankets, so you can get creative. So with this right hand, we're going to reach the right hand up and over. So my arm's coming towards my right ear, stepping these right fingers above my head, finding that lovely stretch. Breathing here. Walk that right hand back so that the right hand is next to your head. Press the right hand into the mat, lift away. And now we'll come to the other side, so grounding into the left hand, thread the right arm underneath, right side of the head comes down to the mat or a block. And you can reach these left fingertips up to the sky to begin with, and then see if you can bring that left arm up and over, up above the head. Well done. Bring the left hand back down next to the head. Press the left hand into the mat. Come back to center. Tuck your toes under. Walk the feet in towards the hands. Hang down in a little forward fold here. So feet roughly hip width apart. Keep some bend through the legs if you need to. Let the head hang heavy. See if you can maybe take some gentle movement here. Maybe there's a natural gentle rock or sway within the body. And then you're going to take either one of your blocks, or you can have your hand on the mat for this. You're going to bend through that left leg and inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Follow with your gaze, taking a little twist here. So the left hand's either on a block or it could be on the mat, depending on what feels right for you. Release that right hand down, come onto the other side. So bending through the right leg, right hand's on the mat, left fingertips reach up to the sky. Breathing here, follow with your gaze. Release that left hand down, keep some softness in the legs. Bring the hands to the hips, draw the belly in. Inhale, lift the chest, come up to standing. So coming into our Surya Namaskar A. We inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky, lift your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forwards, bend the legs as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen the spine, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and step the feet back to plank. Pause here, grounding the hands into the mat, fingers nice and spread, connect to your center line of energy. Working through our Chaturanga now. I'll do the modified version, but do whichever version is right for you. So exhale, I'm going to drop the knees down, keep the elbows tucked in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, peel the chest away, cobra. Press the tops of the feet to the mat. Exhale, drop the chest back down. On your next exhale, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Remember, you can keep a little bend through the legs in your downward dog if you need to. Just keep pressing the mat away with the hands, lifting the hips away from the ribs. Inhale, send your gaze between the hands. Step or jump the feet in. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands could come to the shins or the thighs here, or the mat. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweep those fingertips back up to the sky, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through to heart center. And we go again. Inhale, reach the fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, bend the legs as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, option to either step or jump the feet back to plank. Work through your version of Chaturanga, so you're either going to inhale into an upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Lifting the hips. Inhale, sweep that right leg up. So we're finding a three-leg dog. Now your three-leg dog could be hovering that right leg away from the mat, just hovering it away. Your three-leg dog could be lifting that right leg up, opening the hip. Take what's in your practice, what feels right for you. And then we're going to sweep that right leg through between the hands, reach the fingertips up to the sky, finding a high lunge, right side. Exhale, bring your hands through to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twist to the right. And then you're either going to stay here or you're going to see if you can take the hook with the right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Press the palms of the hands together. Look up to the ceiling. Breathing here. An option add on here is to open up the arms here. So lengthening the arms, only if that feels good too. So whether you've got your hands in a prayer position still, or whether you've got the arms lengthened, keeping the arms as they are, I want you to try and lift your chest but staying in your twist. So you could be looking a little bit like I am, or you could be with the hands still in at heart center. If you've got the hands lengthened, option to take your reverse. So that right hand could be coming to the back left thigh, left fingertips reaching up. And then we're going to flow our way round and open out to a warrior two. So left heel comes down to the mat. Flip the palms up so that they're facing the ceiling. We'll flow our warrior. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, float back down. Two more. Inhale, lifting up. Lengthening. Exhale, imagine drawing energy back down. Last one. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, draw back down. And then from here, you're going to step this left foot in to support you. So we've got the right leg at the front, and I want you to grab your block. So bring your block out in front, and we're going to work with our revolved Ardha Chandrasana, so our revolved half moon pose. Now, different options here for this. You could be, so for revolved half moon, we're actually keeping the hips square. We're bringing the weight into the right leg, a little bit like a warrior three. This left hand is coming down to the mat or to a block. Then what we're doing is we're actually twisting to the right. So it could be that you're working with keeping your right hand on your right hip and taking a little baby twist to the right here. Could be really subtle. You could be reaching those right fingertips up to the sky and coming into the full revolved half moon. So this is quite a challenging pose. So if it's really not working for you, you could take a warrior three supported with blocks instead. But seeing if you can give it a go, having some playfulness and fun with it. Doesn't matter if you fall out, if you're taking modifications. Breathing here. Well done. And I want you to bring both hands down to the mat now. Step it back to plank. And we're going to take our vinyasa. So inhale into your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment, breathing. Remember that child's pose is always there for you if you need it. You can always take that child's pose at any time. Always listening to your body. Inhale, we sweep the left leg up, find your three-leg dog. So again, your three-leg dog could be here. You could be opening the hips, see what feels good for you. Sweep the left foot through between the hands. Reach the fingertips up to the sky, find a high lunge. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. Inhale, make space. Exhale, twist to the left. You could be working up here, or you could be taking the hook with the right elbow on the left thigh, palms of the hands pressing together. Maybe sending your gaze towards the ceiling if you can. The next add-on, if you want to take it, would be lengthening, opening up the arms here. Breathing into that space. So whichever option you've gone for, I want you to try and stay in your twist. Lift the chest, coming up. So back to your high lunge, staying in the twist. Your hands could still be in prayer position. If your hands are lengthened, option to come into this revolved reverse warrior position. So left hand's coming down to the back thigh, right fingertips reaching up. And then floating the arms around, can you open out to warrior two now? So right heels come down to the mat, left leg's bent, right leg's lengthened, gaze over the left fingertips. Flip the palms up so they're facing the ceiling. We'll flow our warrior. Inhale, lengthen the front leg, reaching up. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, reaching up, last one. Exhale, float back down. Pause for a moment here in your warrior two. And then we're gonna step that back foot in, square off the hips, grab your block. So we're gonna take our revolved Ardha Chandrasana. So, hips are starting square, grounding into the left foot, right leg lifts away. So we're seeing if we can bring this right hand to a block or the mat. This left hand could stay on the left hip, and you're just seeing if you can take a twist to the left while you've got that right leg lifted. Maybe this left arm lengthens. You could have your right hand on the mat and the left arm's reaching here. This is quite a strong pose, okay? So breathe into any wobbles and shakes, and don't worry if you're falling in and out, just giving it a go. Well done. Float the hands down to the mat, step it back. You can either take a child's pose here, you've earned it, or you can take your final vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, well done. Lift those hips to the sky. Inhale, send the gaze between the hands, step or jump feet in, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Now from here, coming up on the toes, reach the fingertips out in front. Start to slowly lower down to the mat with control. Bending through the legs. Stay with your breath. Well done, you're doing great. Bring your hands down at any time. And then we're going to sit the hips down to the mat. And I want you to bring yourself down to a lying position. Keeping the legs bent, reach that right arm out to the side and let your knees drop over to the left side, finding a supine twist. Send your gaze over to the opposite direction to the legs. So gaze or head is dropping over to the right. And you can close the eyes here if that feels good too. You can take an extra hook of the legs if you want to come deeper into the twist. Coming back to your breath. Letting any resistance, any tension melt away. Seeing if you can notice and observe any thoughts or feelings emerging, coming up, passing through. Not judging anything or labeling anything, just noticing what's there and allowing it to be there. Connecting to a sense of surrender here. Ishavara Pranadhana. Surrender to the absolute. Surrender to those external things that we cannot control. Knowing that the only thing we really have control over is ourselves. Bringing the legs back through to center. Left arm reaches out to the left side. Legs drop over to the right. Send your gaze over to the left. Finding the twist now on the opposite side. Giving your body time to surrender and sink into your twist. Letting go, surrendering your body weight to the ground. Gently bringing yourself back to center. As always, if you have longer, I definitely recommend taking a Shavasana here. If you're ready to finish the practice, we're going to roll over to one side, whichever side feels comfortable for you. Take a pause here, take a couple of breaths, just allow the practice to absorb. And when you're ready, easing yourself back to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Starting to open the eyes, taking a steady gaze out in front. Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me. If you enjoyed this flow, then please do click subscribe to this channel. This just helps me to continue offering this free yoga resource. Do check out the link below to the other things that I offer. I would love to see you for a live online retreat that I'm running in January. We'll be journeying through the chakras and elements with some yoga, meditation, breathwork, journaling. So yeah, do check that out. And I can't wait to see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.